Hey everyone, it's Rufio. In this VOD, we hang out with Brighten Tompkins, one of our mods on stream and a friend of mine. They offered a couple weeks ago to help me learn Neovim, and so this was kind of the direct result of that. In this VOD, we talk about what Vim and Neovim are, what the pros and cons are. We talk about how to set it up. One thing is that I do have a Windows subsystem for Linux already set up, so if that is not something you have set up, I will drop a link in the description below for the tutorial I used, but that's not something we cover here. We also go through and do Neovim Tutor, which is just like, kind of like an introduction to Neovim. We do a little bit of configuration, and then we look at Brighten's Neovim configuration and setup. And there's a lot of nerdy things that I didn't know. I didn't know. We also had a lot of technical problems. So if there are parts you see where it just skips, I just cut out like 5 minutes of us trying to figure out what was going on because I used technology I didn't know beforehand. So that's also why some of the chat looks janky, and in the end there is no chat. So forgive me for that, but have fun looking at Vim stuff, watching the Vim, watching the Neovim. Bye. We're here with Brighten or Blackboard, as you see them in chat. They're a mod. Brighten, do you want to tell everyone about yourself?
Yeah, sure. I am a computer programmer or software engineer. I got promoted yesterday, and it was recognized in a work meeting today. So that was
Hot
really cool.
damn.
Yes,
No.
feeling pretty proud of myself. But yeah, I also just like as a hobby, I do music. I really like making music. I think we've played some of my music on stream before.
Yeah, we played a song, I
Um,
think.
yeah. Uh, and I like writing. I mean, I have a lot of hobbies that I like doing, but coding is obviously what we're here about. And yeah, just excited to be on stream. Oh, also my pronouns are they them for anyone who wants to get them right.
That's
Well, I don't care if you say bro or man though. That's fine. That doesn't. Is it a promotion accompanied by a pay raise? No, my income was doubled, so it was yeah. Funny because I've only been working there for 4 months.
that's
Like
wild.
feeling quite proud. Yeah.
Doubled.
No, promotion without a pay raise, I would have gotten mad.
Throwing a fit.
Yeah. I'm like, what's up, guys? You guys don't care about me?
I don't feel
Can I get a
valued.
loan tech too? No, you
Wrong.
can't. So that was the wrong answer. I think Steve Harvey is gonna have a word with you.
2 extra shiny titles. There you go. And hopefully you feel good too,
Yeah,
but no raise.
yeah. Here's $10. Go get yourself something special.
Oh, that would be so sad.
No, and it's not even just $10 cash. It's a $10 gift card to Arby's.
No, not Arby's. God, no. You are
Uh,
something special, Tech. You are.
True.
Um,
Everybody is.
everyone is.
Everyone is an extra shiny something special.
Are we trying to make my head explode with Vim, Neovim knowledge today? Yes.
Hopefully not. I firmly believe. Actually, yeah, I forgot to mention I was a tutor for a really long time. I've been a tutor for over 2 years. I did it privately for a bit, and then I did it as part of the math center at my college, a community college. Um, and I pretty firmly believe that if you're making your student's head explode, then you're probably not teaching right. So hopefully this goes easy and I have a good grasp of your skill level. That way I don't overwhelm you.
I have to cough.
But yeah. Okay. I'll keep talking then. I'm thinking let's get an overview for everyone. If I cry, do I get a refund? Absolutely, absolutely. I'll hit you with one of the little red lasers from Men in Black. That way you can just forget this whole experience. I can't give you the hours back, unfortunately, but you'll at least get not having the experience of crying. So
Okay, I can breathe now.
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's really a grand achievement.
Thank you.
Everybody, chat, come on, let's give it up.
I'm bowing. Thank you. Yes. Talent. Not breathing water is a talent.
Okay, so here's the thing. First, we're going to go over what Vim is. Then we're going to be using Vim Tutor, which is a little tutorial that Vim has built into it, which in my mind is like one of the best ways to learn it, to learn at least the basis of it. Then we'll be talking about the LSP, which is how you get like auto completion and syntax highlighting. We'll go over different plugins that Vim has to offer, the differences between Neovim and Vim. We'll also go over, Marble Wraith. And then we will do a little sandboxing, which is you'll just hop into some code and then try out all of the stuff that you've learned. And then before we conclude, we will be going over a VS Code extension that gives you Neovim Keybindings, which is one of my favorite extensions, and I actually used it a lot before I transitioned over to Neovim completely, going from VS Code. Yeah, that's what we have to look forward to. And then questions in the conclusion, I suppose.
You're now command. Congratulations.
Okay. So do you have any questions before we start?
So why use Vim as opposed to like VS Code or something?
Good question. I personally use it because it is faster on my CPU. And there's a lot of times where my completion happens a lot quicker. So I don't know if you've experienced this. I've been experiencing, I made the switch to Neovim within the first couple of weeks of getting hired at my job, because it was my first time working in a code base that had like over 100,000 lines of code. So it was the first time that I experienced VS Code in an actual dev environment, in an actual like company code base. And things were going so much slower than I expected. I had to turn off auto saving for the files, because if the file saves every time you change it, it's fine in a small project. But if you use that in a big project, everything just starts slowing down a lot. And now in Neovim, I have it. It saves every like 500 milliseconds, and it's really fast. Later, there's also this issue. I'm sure some people in chat might have noticed this. It's not badly written code, Tech 2. It is definitely the editor. You get ESLint warnings, and they tell you the line where the issue occurs on. So in large code bases, even if you auto fix the line, there's like this issue where it's like takes 5 seconds for the error to go away, even though you already fixed it. So Neovim just reduces a lot of the delay because it's written in a lot more optimized way. And I think part of it is the community is developers who really care about making things go smooth and be really optimized. So all of the plugins are just very well built, as opposed to something like VS Code. So, yeah.
So like, what is the definition of Vim for like explain it like I'm 5?
Well, it is a text editor in its basis. So you may run into it a couple of times. Actually, in Git, you'll notice that you run into it a few times.
Yeah.
And if you use Vim on its own without any plugins, it's actually pretty bare, and there's not a super bunch that you can get done with it. But like mine, for instance, I think I have over 100 plugins that I use. And a lot of them are not like they're not like in your face plugins. Like it's like in VS Code, you have a bunch of plugins that maybe style your stuff up a bit differently, give you some extra auto completion tools. Not all of it is giving you like new key combos. I don't think I'd be able to memorize over 100 key combos anyway. But at basis, it's a text editor like Notepad or Microsoft Word. It's just a place where you can edit stuff really quickly, and that's what the experience was made for initially. With plugins, you can turn it into its own full-fledged IDE, and that's what I use it as. And by full-fledged IDE, I mean being able to get auto completion. You can have GitHub Copilot in it. You have nice syntax highlighting, and just there's a whole array of stuff that you can get out of it. You can squeeze anything you want out of it. So
Okay. Easier on the hands, Dan says.
yeah,
So
definitely easier on the hands.
these key bindings are like a you customize them, or it's set like VS Code where you just have to be like, oh yeah, you do Control Shift P.
You can completely customize any key binding in Vim, just as you can with VS Code. Like I don't know if like I think the only ones you can't remap are Control C and Control V. But in Vim you don't use Control C and Control V. You use Y and P for yank and paste. So one of the unique things about Vim is it's supposed to allow for easier memorization of the commands, because all of the commands are meant to reflect words. So usually a command will be a single word, like P for paste, Y for yank. Even if you're trying to jump ahead by words, you use W, and that's W for word. So that is one of the things that it tries to be intuitive about, so that beginners don't get caught up trying to memorize random stuff.
Okay. And I mean, this may not be something you want to go over yet, but like the difference between Vim and Neovim, like what's that?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, I'll go over that. So Vim is everything sprung from Vim initially. Actually, initially everything spun from something called VI, and then VI became Vim. And the difference between Vim and Neovim currently, there's a big split in the community, because Neovim has gone from scripting in something known as vimscript to something known as Lua. And the community is split because everyone on the Neovim side of things is abandoning vimscript, because vimscript is seen as outdated and just another thing to learn if you are trying to use Vim. Whereas if you're using Lua in Neovim, Lua is actually something that is having more widespread adoption. And for anyone who is into gaming, and you might have heard of Gary's mod, Gary's mod was actually coded primarily in Lua. So all of the scripting to get all of the modifications onto the original Half-Life 2 game was all Lua. That they used Lua to make it a multiplayer game, and then they also used it to integrate just so many additional functionality to it than what it initially had. I read their documentation once through, then just noted memorized like 24 binds, which I thought I would use the most. Yeah, Michael, that's pretty much how people get started on it. World of Warcraft and other games use Lua for add-on coding. Yep, yeah.
So, I mean, there are no stupid questions here. So I'm not going to necessarily apologize for this question. But when we say like Lua versus vimscript, you're talking about how like Vim is like the editor, Neovim is the editor, and then Lua or vimscript, that's what you're writing in it, right?
No. So in VS Code, you have the settings.json file, right? So when you are scripting VS Code, you're changing properties in a settings.json file, and it's a JSON object. So like JSON is to VS Code, vimscript or Lua is to Vim or Neovim. It's a way of configuring the parameters that exist inside of Neovim or Vim in order to change the way that it functions. So like one of my favorites to use is I use I enable a property named numbers and relative number, which numbers gives me line numbers on the side of Neovim, and then relative number makes it so that whatever line I'm on starts as 1, and then the lines above and below count up from 1. So it goes like 1 on the line I am, and then above it's 2, 3, 4, and then below 2, 3, 4. And that's because when it comes to line numbers in a code file, I prefer to think about how many lines above me do I need to go so that I can jump up that many lines. But we'll get to that once we get to movement.
Okay.
Yeah, probably need visuals for this to make sense. Yeah, I agree.
VimScript isn't really outdated. It was never really created for anything beyond setting and unsetting variables. But it's been monkey patched to do that. Like there's some truly Lovecraftian VimScripts out there just to get it to do the things it was never meant to do.
Yeah, but like if you want to use LSP, getting it configured is a lot nicer in Lua. And honestly, I don't know why you would want to do that in vimscript, because vimscript, maybe it's just for setting and unsetting, but once you get to more advanced things, you have to, I mean, you either forego using advanced stuff in Neovim or you use something like Lua. Because you can embed Lua inside of vimscript, and that's what a lot of people do once they get to using advanced functionality. Does it matter which shell you are using? No, it doesn't, just as long as you can use Neovim on it. I used to use PowerShell a lot when it came to, that's actually what you'll be using, right, Rufio?
Probably.
Yeah.
What are we talking about with this shell? Like,
So like I'm on Linux. I'm using Arch Linux. I use Arch, by the way. Sorry, that's the meme. Yeah, I use Arch Linux, and I'm using Termite. Termite is my terminal of choice. But there's also UXRVT, all of those. No, they didn't. Yes, I did. I
so
did.
so like comparatively, I'm using Windows and PowerShell, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I do have PowerShell. I do have PowerShell installed on my Linux because PowerShell is a cross-platform tool.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh, Shell. Yeah, sorry, Shell isn't terminal. I use Zish, and I use Oh My Zish. Yeah.
Shell isn't a terminal?
Yeah. So yeah, PowerShell isn't a terminal. Um, it PowerShell is a shell. So shells are the environment that you access when you use a terminal. So like CMD, have you ever used CMD? The command line is a kind of terminal. It's kind of an outdated terminal that was in use before PowerShell came out.
I may have. But so you're saying like a shell is like the place where a terminal lives.
Yes. No. Yeah, the shell is a place where the terminal lives. Yeah. Because there's actually, I don't think you have it installed, but whenever I'm on Windows, I use something called Windows Terminal, which can launch PowerShell inside of it. Um,
And PowerShell isn't a shell in that case.
PowerShell is a shell. It's a shell, and it's also it has a scripting language as well as part. That's part of it.
Wait, so you use Windows Terminal, which is a shell, to open this shell PowerShell?
Windows Terminal is a terminal, and I use the Windows Terminal to open up PowerShell, which is a shell.
Okay.
I also use it for Zish because on WSL, the Windows subsystem for Linux, you use Bash or Zish, ZSH. But Zish is my favorite in comparison to Fish or Bash or Sh, which was before Bash.
So Marble says shell is the underlying program that interfaces with the system, and the terminal is a way of displaying it.
Yep, exactly. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Yeah, you can't get me with that. I used to do tongue twisters every morning because I wanted to be a voice actor.
Did you ever do this one? And I took like one theater class in 7th grade, and my teacher would make us say, "Diction is done with the tip of the tongue and the teeth."
Diction is done with the tip of the tongue and the teeth.
I really like
No, I
that
haven't
one.
done that one. Toy boat is a difficult one.
Toy
Toy boat,
boat,
toy boat, toy boat, toy boat.
toy
Yeah.
boat, toy boat, toy. Yeah.
um, yeah, Mac default is Zish. That is correct. That's one of the only things that I like about Mac. Otherwise, I hate it.
Can you do that in
Toy
your?
boat,
Sorry.
toy boat.
Diction is done with the tip of the tongue and the teeth. I think I did it that way. Diction is done with the tip of the tongue and the teeth.
Diction is done with the tip of the tongue and the teeth.
Beautiful.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck couldn't woodchuck wood? I don't know, honestly. But oh, Betty bought a batch of biscuits. Betty bought a batch of biscuits to make a batch of. Betty. Oh no, it was like something about butter. Betty bought a bit of butter to make a batch of biscuits, but the butter was bad, so Betty bought a bit of better butter to make better biscuits. Something like that.
Whoa.
So on with the VS Code setup. Yes, I know we're getting distracted.
We're
I
having
have
fun.
ADHD, so this is was always going to be an issue.
All right.
But yeah, on with it. So also, Rufio already has WSL set up, so I'm going to give you guys a link to set up. Yeah, the VOD would be available after this, right?
Yeah, so the VOD will be on my Twitch page, and then like probably either tonight or tomorrow, I will be putting it on YouTube. So if you do exclamation point YouTube.
Okay, so Rufio, do you want to share your screen on a PowerShell instance, or do you always share your whole screen? I think you do, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's share your screen and then open up PowerShell because that's what we're going to want to do first.
So that just in VS Code?
No. Just open up like PowerShell directly from your Windows start bar.
Oh my god, never done that before. It's right here and it's tiny. Okay.
Oh, and you have the old PowerShell. So maybe the first thing that we should do is follow that link to get the new PowerShell and install that ak.ms.
And I never read those things, and I think you can tell. Does it let me copy that?
Yes, but you have to use Control-Shift-C to copy.
Control-Shift-C. Control-Shift-C.
That's how, and then it's Control-Shift-V to paste.
In here?
Yeah, Control-Shift-C, and then paste it into your Windows, like Firefox or something. Sorry, my bad. Into your Windows Firefox. It's Mozilla.
Right. Windows uses Linux, lol. Okay, you know what? I just barely set up Linux on my computer. I don't really know how to use it, so that's what I say.
Linux is it's fine to use Linux on Windows. I don't. Yeah. Don't be make up your mind. Oh my gosh. Don't be gatekeeping. Okay, so there should be a link or something you can copy into your PowerShell if we just scroll down and look for some code in there.
I was getting distracted about people telling me or getting mad at me for using Windows 11 right now.
The MSI package.
What
you
is it?
skipped by it.
This one?
Probably. I'm seeing your screen at like a 4-second delay, so.
Sorry.
Oh no, that's not the link. The link is named MSI. Yeah. Yeah, don't use Winget because you don't have Winget. Up a little bit higher. Yeah, you did the wrong link again.
Yay.
I'm sorry. Maybe can you share your screen on Discord as well so that I can see it on there?
We could see. That would be my. Wait a second. Screens. There we go.
It's been 1 second. I'm just kidding.
Excuse you. Patience is a virtue. My sisters or people used to say that, and I would say, "Yeah, a virtue I do not possess." So you could say that. Can you see that?
Yes, I can. Okay, so it's up a little bit higher. There it is. Okay, wait, down a little bit. Do you see how it says deploy using MSI package? Yeah, click that.
Why don't I use Windows Terminal? I don't know.
We don't need it. And then you're on x64, so that one. But I'm sure you already knew that.
No, I've never figured out what those numbers mean.
It's related to your CPU, but most computers are going to be 64. I was actually shocked one day. I was on an x86 computer that was it was made in like 2018. I was so confused because it's an outdated standard. Windows 11 is standard. Some people don't use it. I use Windows 11. I prefer the way that it looks. I would add run with PowerShell 7 to the context menu.
And that's it?
And open here. I would add the open here one too. Yeah. Okay, then you can do next.
I don't know if I want to have that on screen or not. I don't know.
Oh, it's fine. Next. It shouldn't say anything about your personal information. Install. Except for that time it tells you your address. Just kidding.
So, I wonder how long this will take because I'm streaming and I'm also like showing my screen on Discord and I'm also...
It's only 70 megabytes, so it should go fairly quickly.
There we go.
You might get a UAC prompt though that's like, hey, do you want to give this access to stuff?
Just had that.
Did that though.
Should we just use a PowerShell and VS Code?
No, because that's still using the old VS Code actually.
Or the old PowerShell?
Yeah, it would have been the old one.
And what is why do we want the new one versus, do we want to launch it?
Yeah, sure.
Why do we want a new one versus the old one?
The new one is a lot cleaner and it has better functionality as opposed to the old one.
Okay.
Okay, so, and you can if you hold down Control and then use your scroll wheel, you can zoom it in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now, if we type WSL, we'll get into... It's not optimized. You have to reinstall Windows Terminal again. Neat. We're fine. And then hit Enter, and it should pop you into WSL. Yep. Awesome.
So like Brighton said, I already downloaded WSL onto my computer. So that's a step we're not doing here.
Yep. And let's see. Can we see the bottom of it? You should shrink it so that the bottom's there.
Is this not... Oh, wait a second.
If you... Yeah.
That bottom?
Yeah, there we go. Yep, that's good. Yeah. And now, if you do ls anywhere you are, you'll just see what folder you're in. So you should do that. Okay, so we're here. So I think if you do cd and hit enter, it'll take you to the root of your Ubuntu. Now if we do ls, we'll see we're in a different place. And then the only thing we have is Chisel Strike demo.
That's the reason I have WSL on my computer.
Nice. So we're good here to start getting Neovim. So you're on Ubuntu, and so Windows has this as well, but I don't think you have one installed. And it's the Windows Package Manager. And the awesome thing about Linux and also about Mac has something called Brew. Ubuntu has something called apt. I use something called Pacman, but they're all different ways of building, getting applications on to your computer. And in this case, we're getting an application onto this computer inside of your computer, Linux inside of Windows.
Okay.
And one of the applications we want is Neovim. Specifically, we want Neovim Nightly. And so to get Neovim Nightly, it's a little bit more work. So what you should actually do is just go back to your browser and look up how to get Neovim Nightly on Ubuntu or Neovim Nightly Ubuntu.
Neovim Nightly
Ubuntu, yeah.
Hey, cheers. Thank you for the bit.
Also, I think you're going to want to use Google for this, so you should use !G at the end.
What the? How do you know all these
but
things?
You didn't know that one.
I didn't.
You can also do YT for YouTube, GI for Google Images, TW for Twitter.
What? Could I just put TW up here and it would work? No.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's awesome.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so let's scroll down until we get to something that looks viable. I'm thinking that one right there, linuxcapable.com. That one looks promising. From April 24, yep. DuckDuckGo is a great search engine for Google. Yep, true. Okay, and then let's just scroll down until we start getting commands and then mindlessly copy them into your...
Do we need to do that?
Yep, yeah, we should.
Can I just do both at the same time?
Yeah. Oh, wait, actually, that's not a good tutorial because it's not Neovim Nightly. So you should put, if you put it in between quotation marks on the Google search, it'll make sure to only grab.
My God, all these search optimizations.
Okay, let's see. We want one where you can use it with APT. It's so interesting. I'm wondering why it's not coming up easy. I'm thinking the search might be apt install or apt neovim nightly, because that's, yeah, that might work. I wonder if the r/solace project works good. No, it doesn't. It's still not Ubuntu. I'm trying to remember how I installed it on my end.
Next class searching with Google and how they track everything. This
Okay,
one?
I'm checking the I'm checking their GitHub repo now. I don't see anything about nightly on here though.
Peter posted something in the chat. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that is exactly it. Where'd you get that, Peter? Because that's the one that I used. I can't find it on Google though. That's it though. Yeah, you can use that one.
I just barely realized that there's no chat on screen. What the hell?
I can send it to you on Discord.
Well, no, I see my chat. It's just not on like the display for everyone else to see on like the stream itself.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
That makes me mad because I don't. There, it's just very small and also squished. Well, we don't have time to fix it now, so there you go. Okay, so are those exactly the same?
Is what exactly the same?
Peter's sudo add something.
I think so. Wait. His are messed up. Hold on. I'm gonna send you one on Discord because they're not. There's new lines, but the new lines are not showing up. There we go. So if you copy that and then paste it, it'll paste it with the lines, so you don't have to do it one by one.
Paste it all?
And also, yeah, paste all. Also, everyone who's following along, you can use this link is where that came from.
Wait, how do I... Oh.
Oh, Control-Shift-V.
I did do that. One second. Mistakes were made.
You can use backspace to get rid of those mistakes.
Wow. Backspace. Who would have thought? Why isn't it letting me?
So yeah, there we go. Also, try not to scroll. Scrolling in terminals is usually not advised.
Well, can I have it like mid-screen? Is that bad? Like having it right here?
Yeah, usually people just keep it at the bottom. Because it'll mess up the position if you try to scroll.
My this isn't working.
Control-Shift-V is not?
No. Control-Shift-C. If
What if you do just Control-V?
That was Control-V.
Oh.
And that's Control-Shift.
Did you copy it?
I
Did you
did.
make sure to copy it? You Control C like multiple times.
Right click?
Yeah, weird. Okay, put your password in for. Do you remember what your password was for Ubuntu?
No. Maybe I have it somewhere where it isn't. Wait, what did I didn't do this? I didn't. Oh, I did post it. How did I do it?
You did right click, I think is what
Oh.
happened. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we probably should get Windows Terminal after this. Um, like someone else was saying. Windows Terminal is a lot cooler. I agree. Forever said that.
Let me see if I can find this password. If I don't know it, am I doomed?
No, we can reset it.
I have it.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Nice.
But
Fantastic.
I mean, it probably will hide it, but be safe.
It will hide it, yeah. Linux always hides it. It doesn't even show it as stars.
How do you even know you're typing it then?
You just have to know.
Just have to trust. You have to
know that you
believe.
press the keys, yeah.
Well, then let me pay very close attention.
I usually, because I know my computer's already going to be secure, I just make it like underscore or leave it blank. Enter, yeah.
Was it the right one?
Yeah, it was. There we go. Awesome. A little bit of Linux glory right there. Seeing all of this stuff flash by makes it feel like you're a hacker.
Whenever I open a terminal looking thing, I feel very fancy.
Yeah. I think Windows Terminal is pre-installed on Windows 11. Oh, that would be nice.
If we type
Okay,
in
Tech
Windows
2. Tech 2 is being so gatekeepy.
terminal, I have
Yeah,
terminal
yep,
app.
that's it. That's it. That's the one.
Do we want me to open it? What?
Yeah, we can open it, and then once we're done with that, we can close the PowerShell now.
But it says
Yeah.
Windows PowerShell.
Yeah, but do you see there's a little down arrow next to the next there's a little plus. Oh yeah, there we go. No, that's good. Go and then click on Ubuntu. Yeah, nice.
It's red, pink.
Yep.
So
And then you might want to use Control Scroll again on that one to make it big. Kidding, the choice is yours. It's just wrong. Kidding again. Can we change what the default shell is? I mean, I think we want to focus on Neovim right now, but you're more than welcome to change your default shell.
Is this something I want open still?
No, you can close that PowerShell. Yeah.
Okay.
And here's another command to run. I don't know if we're gonna need it exactly, but we might. It's just Python packages for Neovim.
I don't think I have Python, so that's probably not.
It'll install Python as well. There's some like plugins that use Python. Honestly, actually, I don't think we're gonna need it right now. Let's just check if we have Neovim now, so we can open it. So you can open it by just typing Nvim.
How do you know we have Neovim now? Because we typed in a nightly something?
Well, do you see the last command that we ran?
How do I see that?
You can use Control R and it'll give you a history.
Oh, I fucked up. Uh-oh. I think I just restarted. Oh, sorry. I think I just restarted Discord.
Okay, sorry. I meant Control R inside of the Windows terminal.
Coding is fun. Okay. There we go. All right, let's try this again.
Okay.
I'm clicking here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this is, oh yeah, I forgot there's an extension that I have that makes it show more, but if we type Neovim, then it'll start giving you a list. Oh, interesting. Interesting.
I know.
We actually should have it in the list of history. So if you do Control C to break out of the current command, and then press the up arrow. It'll go to the last thing we ran. Oh, wow, interesting. It doesn't have the history of what we did before. I think that's because we were on a different terminal.
Okay.
No, it's not because of the different terminal RFire. If we press that down arrow again and then open Ubuntu again.
Oh,
On
that
this
down
side.
there. Okay.
Yeah. And then now press the up arrow. We should get the last command. There
So
we go. Okay.
Why?
Why did we
What?
get the last command?
Yeah, why are we getting it now here but not here? Why?
Well, because if you open two terminals at the same time, they run independently of each other until you close one of them, then it pushes it to the history. So it doesn't get pushed to the history of all the commands you've run until you close it. And by this, I realized that we only ran one of the commands, or you only ran one of the commands, one of 3 commands. So we still have 2 others to run.
So I only did the top one, you're saying?
Yeah. If you copy both of them, you'll be able to, it'll just stack them up.
And do I do a right click?
No, actually, let's hit cancel. On this one, you can do just Control-Shift-V, but we have to do Control-C first. That way we can clear what's already in there. Yeah. Now we can do, and then paste. Yep, paste anyway. And then your password.
Damn it. All right, let me do this again.
Hopefully you memorize it.
Rude. All right.
Where's the British accent? As if someone in chat said.
I'm doing it. I'm just not talking very much. I promise you I'm doing it. That's who redeemed it. So it makes sense. All right. Here we are.
Well, mate, you owe me a bloody British accent, mate.
I spent points for this, goddammit.
I demand it. I demand it. Okay, so now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to type Neovim. Once you type Neovim, you'll enter the Neovim session.
Lovely. Bloody brilliant.
Oh, that's not right. Oh, something's wrong.
Damn
it's
it.
Probably Nvim. It might be Nvim. Nvim.
Nvim.
Yes. There we go. Wait. I thought we ran both of them, didn't we?
Yes, we did. No.
Let's run that command. Can you copy it and then paste it? Do Control-Shift-C and then Control-Shift-V. Enter. By the way, whichever one is in uppercase, it will do automatically if you hit enter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good to know.
That's why sometimes the Y is big and sometimes the N is big.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartbreak. I don't know if that's the actual lyric.
Close enough.
Oh, ain't nothing but a mistake, isn't it?
Something like that. South African. I'm trying to do British, but it's not a very good accent. Or were they talking about yours? I don't know.
I don't know.
My
boy is like, if he just ran into a bloke who's like, he just got out of the pub and he's like and a bit erratic.
You're very good at it, actually.
Thank you. I'm more into like the dirty, unposh British accent. Well, just like you can't hear anything, but you can't hear a thing they're saying.
It's totally unintelligible.
I'm calling the British embassy to arrest you now.
Hi, J3. No, you can't. I'm not technically a citizen. All right.
Okay, I think we can do Nvim now, and it should open Neovim. Awesome. Hey, we're in. Okay, let's go.
You know, it's funny because it's like type Nvim enter if you're new. But the thing is, I don't think I could have gotten here without you. So, like, how is the new person supposed to even get here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, ideally, you do a kind of like self-tutorial on Linux,
All
because
right.
there are tutorials where you can like get used to the commands and stuff. And but the basic thing is like usually just if something is giving you an error or it displays anything, follow what it's saying. I've spent countless hours completely ignoring the answer staring me straight in the face because I ignored what it was saying.
You knew better.
Well, it's annoying because it's like you look it up online, you can't find it, and then you find one post where someone's like, "Didn't you read the error messages? What's wrong with you?" It's like, I'm sorry, okay?
God, I wasn't trying to fuck up.
Yeah. Um, okay, so here we go. The first thing we are gonna do is we're gonna use Vim Tutor. So what we do is, you already did this with WQ, but if you do tutor with a big T, it'll take you to a tutorial page. Yeah.
Very
Okay.
powerful editor.
And
Too
then,
many to explain.
yeah. So I think we can start from the for now part and then continue from there.
Well, now make sure your caps lock is off, and press the J key enough times to move the cursor so that lesson 0 completely fills the screen. So J means go from line to line.
Yep. Yeah. Well, J is down.
Oh, J. Oh. Does that mean U is up or no?
No.
Oh. There we go. Commands in the lesson will modify the text. Oh my god, I can't talk. But those changes won't be saved. Don't worry about messing things up. But remember that pressing escape and then U will undo. So U for undo.
Yep. U for undo.
J down, K up, H left, L right. Interesting. Why don't we just use the arrow buttons?
Don't ever use the arrow keys. Arrow keys are illegal in Vim.
Why?
I mean, you can use them, but you need to get used to the HJKL. The reason is one of the things about Vim is it's geared towards keeping your hands in a place where you can always keep them around where you're typing. So if you use your arrow keys, then you have to move your hand off of your typing mode, basically.
Right. So it's interactive. Press enter on links like this. How am I supposed to get to it? Just by...
Yeah, you can use K. You'll use K to go up and then L to move to the left, to the right, sorry.
I accidentally was just using the arrow key, so...
It's okay. If you want to use the arrow keys at the beginning, you can.
Oh no. Wait a second. J. Wait. How do I get back?
Oh, hit, you can use escape to get out of insert mode, yeah.
It's because I pressed I, right?
We'll get there, Peter.
Wow. You found it, Arthur. Holy grail. That's funny.
Okay, and then we can get out of this by using :Q.
Or find K on any word to find its documentation.
And when they say K, they mean uppercase K, so Shift K.
Oh. I really need to draw it on my, like, on the draw it. Oh no. Okay. So it says K on any word. What about on that one?
Looks like it took you somewhere. Took you to find
Well, so I do colon
Q. Yeah.
colon Q. All right. Sorry, I'm like trying to figure out how to go up and down. Still, okay.
Yeah, you can use your arrow keys. It'll get to the movement keys later. So you can just use your arrow keys for now while we're going through these steps.
Sometimes you'll be required to modify text like this here, but it's not telling you how to do it. Unless you have to click I, right?
Yeah, well, we'll get to text modification in a minute. They're just telling you basic stuff about how the tutorial works.
Once you've done the changes correctly, the X sign at the left will change to check. Imagine you already can see how neat Neovim can be. Other times you'll be prompted to run a command. Up and down should only take a couple days to get used to. The whole stream is just Rufio looking at her keyboard, just like, alright, J, no. Help enter or press a sequence of keys. Am I supposed to know what any of this is saying?
No.
Okay. Text within the carets like enter describes a key to press instead of a text to type. Now move to the next lesson. Use the J key to scroll down. All right.
Okay, there we go. That's the most visual representation of up, down, left, right you'll get.
I'm gonna screenshot it. You all can't see when I do that, right? Or can you?
I can.
Oh, you can.
Actually, everyone else should be able to. Yeah, they should. Yeah, they see it.
Okay. All right. Sorry, it says J's down. You know, the L key's at the right, but it moves right, not left.
Yeah.
L for right, am I right?
Yeah. Yes, you are. Sorry, I hesitated because I was like, no, L is left, obviously.
Oh my god, you're not to use the mouse. I'm not using the mouse. I don't. Oh, right, I'm not supposed to be. Put it away.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Far away. Move down to lesson 1.2. If you're ever unsure about something you type, press escape. Then retype it. Cursor.
I use my mouse all the time. He helps me catch cats.
I think you have a cat?
No.
Oh, you don't have a cat. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone was talking about a cat earlier in chat, and so I wondered, but all right.
No, I can't. I don't think I'd be able to take care of animals.
Burn the mouse. All right. Before executing any of the steps below, read the entire lesson. Space exclamation point twice. You got a mouse in your room? You got a window? Alright. Escape key to make sure you're in normal mode. Type :Q exclamation point.
Don't do it though. Don't do it though, because then it'll quit out of the tutor.
It actually did tell me not to do that until the very end, so.
Okay, gotcha.
I forgot. This quits the editor discarding any changes you've made. Open Neovim and get back here by executing the command that got you into this tutorial. That might be tutor enter. If you
also, okay, keep following the tutorial. I need to use the restroom, so
okay.
I will be back.
If you have these steps memorized and are confident, execute steps 1 through 3. Wait a second. Re-enter the editor. :Q exclamation point enter discards any changes you've made. Move it down. Move it up. So you say :Q exclamation point and then tutor enter. Tutor enter. Are we ready for it? All right. Tutor enter. Tutor enter. Oh my god, I fucked up. Wait, why isn't it working? It's the T, isn't it? T. No. Okay, what is it? It told me the wrong thing. I fucked up. You done messed up, Aaron. You have to do that in Nvim? Oh, you have to type Nvim first. Oh, so now I say this. God, what would I do without y'all? Oh, sorry, I have to use the J. Well, this was lying to us, everyone. So you can click the colon Q exclamation point, but it's exiting out of the Vim, the Neovim. Think of Neovim like starting a program, because it is. Alright. Alright. I think the rest of us should probably take a break pretty soon too. I've not gotten up from my chair in like 2 hours, so that's not very good. Exit out Vim without saving. Press X to delete the character under the cursor. Ooh. This tells the program to go to the command mode where you can type commands that are... Wait. What does? The X?
I have returned. You should probably put my cameras off, kind of. There we go, I'm back. There, are you stuck?
I was just trying to interpret R5's message. Just tells the program to go to command mode where you can type commands that are more than one letter. Oh, they're colon. Okay. Okay, I get. We're all commenting on my neck crack. It's because I haven't gotten up. But yeah.
I just went and splashed water on my face. Just nice.
Exclamation point force, exclamation point Q, force quit, exclamation point WQ, force right quit. Force right quit. Alright, so...
You shouldn't ever force right. Why would you force right? There's no reason to. You'd force quit if you wanted to quit without saving changes, because it won't let you quit unless you've saved your changes. So WQ, W fixes unblocks the force, and then Q quits. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're gonna delete the extra characters and cow jumped over the moon?
I haven't read it all yet.
Okay.
I also just want to say, once I'm done with this accent, which is like 10 more minutes, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
Why?
It sounds okay. It sounds fine.
Why do you? Oh, why you? Wait. Why do you have to type exclamation point?
You only use FD4 if you have to force something. You would only want to force quit though.
Can stop the accent now. No, it was redeemed for a full half an hour, so. Always.
You can stop now if you like. Honestly, it's a little bit awful.
Please, God, stop it. My ears can't handle it anymore. They're bleeding. Alright, so move the cursor to the line below marked X. To fix the errors, move the cursor until it's on top of the character. Wait. To line below marked X. I don't want to go on top of the line, or I don't want to go here. Or I do.
No, you do want to go there, yeah.
I'm British and I've never been so insulted.
The exclamation mark comes before our fire.
So it wants me to do the X key.
Yep.
Wow. The cow jumped over the moon. I don't know, it's so funny, but thank you.
What Dan said.
Oh. That's right, sage advice, always exclamation point Q and always get push force. And also
Also RMRF tilde will delete everything in your home directory.
Alright.
Should wipe out all of your config files and everything.
Now that the line is correct, go to lesson 1.4. Do not try to memorize everything. Right, good to know. Press I to insert text. Move the cursor to the first line marked X. Wait, the first same as second. Move the cursor on top of the first character after where the text is.
Maybe you can use it after and before rfire. No, wait. I'm sorry. You do use it after. Everything is so automatic with me when I use Vim that I don't even think about it. Yeah, before fails on mine too.
As each error is fixed.
Tech, who has batch files anymore? Ugh. Gotta make PowerShell. It's all PowerShell files now. I haven't used batch in a while.
So line 4 says, as each error is fixed, press escape. Do I want to do that every time I fix
Yep.
Why?
Because when you're in insert mode, you can only type. You can't use your arrow keys, so you can't move around in insert mode.
Well, I did. Why was I able to?
You did, but you weren't supposed to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dan, I think pre-made configs are awesome. I think that it's really gatekeepy to assume that everyone should build their own configuration first time that they use Vim. Like, it took me years to end up making my own fully, built from the ground up by myself config. And it's like, I would never wish that on my worst enemy. Like, there's plenty of other people's configs to learn from and all that, so.
What is missing from this line? It's right here, up here. Okay.
Yeah, I think you're missing some before text.
I thought
See,
I
so it
had
says, there
to
it is.
change both of them, not both. I didn't know one
No,
was the
you
example.
make the top like the bottom, yeah.
Okay, there's text that is missing this. I know. It's really sad. There's some text. Okay, so I escape. Wait, I spit. Okay. This is just getting worse. Stop it.
I'm totally used to pre-built config. Would take me forever to figure out how to set it up otherwise. Yeah, totally. Totally. I also controversially think that it's okay to copy from other people's configs when you're first learning.
I'm pretty sure this is the most entertaining part of stream people have ever seen.
Dan, I don't think it would actually. Want to become famous by followers? Oh no.
That's me. I want to become famous and by followers.
That's like, you don't get famous doing that. That's how to be not famous.
Well, if it looks like there are lots of people, then clearly you're famous. Okay. Press A to append text.
Can you hear me typing? Sorry.
It's alright. Real computer people love the sound of like a mechanical keyboard or whatever. That's what I hear.
True. I want to be infamous, so Tech2 said.
Move the cursor to the first line below marked X.
So when it says A with an uppercase, they mean Shift A. I heard my voice for a second. I guess I don't anymore. But yeah, when it's the big A, they mean Shift A.
I don't know what they mean by append.
You'll see. If you do Shift A, you'll see.
Shift A.
Okay, see how it moved you all the way to the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how is this any different from the I?
I inserts you just before the one that you're over. Lowercase a inserts you just after. You can try it. Just try it. It'll be easier to learn if you just try it. So we'll do... Yeah. Let's do escape and then go back. So let's go like to the left some. And then like from here, press I, and it should take you to right there. See? and then do caps lock, or sorry, hit escape and then press A. And see how it takes you after?
Wait, it looks exactly the same.
No, okay, do you see the little stick, the little line?
Yeah.
How it's going through between the O and the M?
Yeah.
So now if we hit escape and then press I, now it's between the R and the O. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then also, if you hit escape and if you do shift I, it takes you to the beginning.
Oh, so the beginning
if you do
of the
shift A, it
line.
takes you to the end. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't understand that. All right. That's what append means, apparently.
Yeah. Insert and append just mean which side to enter onto.
J. OMG, caps lock slip. You do change your keybind. The shift is like you're yelling at Vim, so it takes you all the way to the
Yeah,
right.
the caps lock slipped.
All the way to
Yeah, okay. What he's saying is because I actually don't use caps lock at all. My caps lock is rebinded to escape.
Oh.
And it's because I don't like reaching my finger all the way up when I'm trying to get out of insert mode. If I use caps lock, I can just take my pinky from A to caps lock, and then I can break out that way.
Oh, smart.
Yeah. Gotta use that brain somehow.
Ivan, you're starting to very much relate to my Project 9 experience. I'm sorry to hear that. You've got it though. It's okay if you don't feel smart. You just do the best you can. Some people even take Sorry.
No one is born smart, Ivan. Everyone is born with the ability to learn. Chew on that. Food for thought.
Alright, so exit this tutorial as you did with the exclamation point thingamajigger. At the shell prompt, type this command, Nvim Tutor. Wait. The first time it didn't tell me to do NVChad did. So why is it telling me now?
It's telling you because I think it's just another way to open it. You can open it by writing Nvim Tutor, or you can do :tutor.
Well, I had to type Nvim and then I had to type :tutor.
Yeah, so there's two ways of doing it, I guess. I've never used Nvim Tutor.
Nvim is the command to start the Nvim editor. Tutor is the name of the file you wish to edit. Use a file that may be changed. Insert and delete as you learned. Previous lessons. Sorry, it's saying that's a totally different file. It's not.
Yeah, I think they're talking about oh yeah, right, they're talking about making a file named tutor.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's do that actually. Let's do that. Let's open up a new tab. So there's a little down arrow up there where we spawned an Ubuntu session. But we can spawn another.
But if I click that, I have to use my mouse.
Yeah, that's fine. You're on Windows. You're not on like fully. Like I'm on Arch Linux, which is great. My camera has a delay on stream. Does it? Does my camera have a delay on stream, y'all? Oh yeah, it does. My lips are not moving.
Damn it.
Along it, yeah. Now we do Nvim Tutor. And what that does, it'll make a file named tutor. Yeah.
Why can I move?
Do I want to? You can't move because there's nothing in there. So if you press I, you can start inserting to add stuff.
Do I want to add stuff?
Yes. Because you want to add stuff and then you want to save it. Will you be back later to help if Rufio tries to reproduce all this setup and partitions our hard drive in 2 by accident? Of course. But I don't think that she will make that big of a mistake.
Wait, so I added this, but now what do I do? Because I did escape.
Well, yeah, so now you can save it. So actually, That sounds too condescending. I have regrets. Aw.
No, it's fine.
You can use :WQ, but actually there is a preferred way for me. You can use Shift ZZ and it'll write and quit. Yep. Awesome. Superior method of saving and quitting.
All right, y'all got like 6 minutes extra of me talking like that. So we're going to take a quick break right now just because I haven't gotten out of my chair for like 2-3 hours. That's not healthy. And we will be back in like 5. I have to figure out how to put on a timer thingy looking thing.
You can use apt install stopwatch or something.
Here in Neovim?
Yeah, probably.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Let me see. I'm gonna look up terminal timer Ubuntu. I think there's got to be one. Let's see. Is there a way to display a countdown timer? Countdown timer app for Ubuntu. There we go. So if you do, no, maybe not. Wait, let me see. Blocks your shell until the wait is over. So you could do sleep 60, or not 60, but it would be 60 times. How much is 5 minutes?
Wait.
60 times 5. Let me see how much that is.
Wait,
60 times 5.
What am I typing?
So you type sleep space 300 and then space ampersand ampersand and then ls and then space -a.
What does this mean?
That it'll make the computer sleep for 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes, and then when the 300 seconds are up, it will print something to the screen.
Do I want the computer to sleep?
No, it won't like sleep your computer. It'll sleep the terminal.
Oh, it will.
Yeah, it won't count down though. So that's I guess that's the only. There is something called term down. I don't know if that's. How about we try pip? Do you have pip? Probably not.
Probably not.
We can do. Let's put Python on there. So you can do sudo apt install.
Sudo.
So type that out. Yeah.
apt
Sudo install. And we want to install Python 3, but I'm trying to figure out which one. I think it's just Python, and yeah, let's try that. I think just Python, and then that'll be Python 3. So we'll hit enter.
Oh my god.
Your password, yeah.
Bruh. I have regrets. Regrets.
Python, how dare you wave that outrageous thing in my face? Can we not be gatekeepy here? Okay, just hit enter, so that way it'll go all the way through.
Exactly, Eliona. Regrets. All for a timer to take a break.
Yeah. And then once it's done, we'll do pip install term down, like countdown, but with the first part of terminal.
Like that?
Yep. Then enter. Okay, do sudo apt install Python 3 pip. Control Shift Z, Control Shift C, Control Shift V. And then enter. Yes, we appreciate the Mimi pronunciation here. You have installed Python too? I don't think so. I'm old enough to gatekeep everything, then change my mind 2 seconds later.
Wait, what's wrong with my WSL installation?
Nothing. I don't know why I think he's being sarcastic. Okay, so now we can go up, and then enter. Okay, and then now I have to see how term down even works. I think that you do term down, and then you give it, you could do, maybe try term down 300s. Or just 300. Wait, okay. So he's saying examples for time, 1 hour, 30 seconds. Let me see, term down, Ubuntu. Maybe, I'm trying to figure out how they do it. Type just term down and then see without any other commands and then see what it says. Command not found. Interesting. We just installed it. Oh, the script is installed in which is not in path. That's the issue. So if we do the little down arrow and open up a new Ubuntu, we might be able to type term down and then see if it's in there. Okay. Okay, do Control C. And now do term down 300s. Oh, okay, there we go.
There we go. We have a timer. All right. Well,
okay, break time.
break time. See you in 5. Stand up. Stop looking at your computer, and we'll be back. All right. Feeling good. I just ate some little bit of food, and I'm not hungry as much.
Well, Tech 2 is going for a poo. Felt the need to inform us of that.
Rhymes. Okay.
True.
Dan has installed
Nice,
term down. Wow. You know, I was thinking, I was like, one day I'm going to be so fancy. I'm just going to like open this and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, we need to turn on a timer. And I'll be like, and I'll just do it and I'll feel fancy. But that day is not today.
True.
Okay.
All in good time.
We don't want this.
So we saved it. Yeah. You might want to open it again. So let's do like ls and hit enter. That way we can see that the file we made is there. There it is. And then if you do Nvim Tutor again, we will see, there we go, that's our file. And then you can do Shift ZZ to close and save it again. Yep, awesome.
And now we go to this one.
Yeah, that was, I think that was all of the instructions. So now we can continue to the next step.
Okay. Pressing J. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I have a screenshot telling me number 1, so I'm fancy. To start Neovim from the shell prompt type Nvim file name. So if a file doesn't exist, does that make a file so it can open it?
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily make a file actually, because if you do Nvim with the file name, it won't make it until you give it stuff and then save it.
Oh.
Like if you did Nvim Tutor and then did :q without putting anything in it, or even wq without putting anything in it, then there won't even be an empty file made. It only creates it if it has content and you wrote and saved it.
Okay.
There is a command for creating empty files called touch, but it will save an empty file. Are you sure? I have to check this now.
But you don't, is it like, oh no. Okay, wait a second. Is it bad practice to do that?
It doesn't. What rfire, it does not. Does it? Wait, oh, okay. If you do Shift ZZ, it doesn't. If you do WQ, then it does save it. Okay, I see. Is it bad practice? No, it's not bad practice to save a Shift ZZ doesn't rfire. It's not bad practice to make an empty file. I make empty files all the time.
Okay.
Usually so that Git will keep my folders. Because Git won't save a folder unless you put something in it. So usually do like touch.keep inside of it.
Is it sad that the first thing I want to do rather than learn this is just make it pretty?
No, that's I love making my stuff pretty. Yeah. Oh, come on, Jason. I'm Blackboard. I think
It's a
you know this.
blackboard. Touch creates a file if it doesn't exist. If it does exist, it updates them. Wait.
Modified timestamp. Oh, interesting, Marble. I didn't know that. Okay. Ha ha ha. I'm 23 years old.
Forget I'm older than you. That's so weird. I can't believe I'm older than anyone. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Life. Interesting.
Same. I feel that.
Okay. To exit Neovim, type escape, Q, exclamation point. To trash all save changes, but WQ to save them.
True.
Oh my god, Melody just rated us, and it's not on my screen because this is a new screen. I apologize for you not getting like a little like, woo, bird.
Hey, Melodydev.
Thanks for the raid.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Hope you guys had fun with your stream.
How was the stream? What were y'all doing? We are learning Neovim. So, Blackboard is teaching me.
True.
Or Brighten. Because you said you wanted to be your name. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. How dare you? Jason, why are you roasting me? You're only a true developer if you don't have a bed frame. And my mattress is nice, I like sleeping on the floor. I don't know about you, but I grew up in a household without bed frames, and I'm kind of used to it.
You know something? My bed also doesn't have a frame. It is also on the floor.
Hey, twinning.
Woo. Sometimes they're not necessary, and they're also expensive.
Okay, Jason, can you not hurl so many insults, please? I may be a guest, but I'm also a mod.
I like Tech says, I like your pet rat too. It is a pet, right? Thanks, Melody. I hope you had a good stream. And welcome everyone. We're learning.
Is that a custom emo? Oh my gosh, that's so cute. The wave Melody. Nice.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Rufio. I stream for the 100 Devs stream team, and we learned stuff, and so today we're learning Neovim. Buzzy made their own bed frame. That sounds like work, and I try to actively avoid that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it's understandable. Work is not great. That's why I don't make my bed in the morning. I just put I drape the sheet over me. Like, you don't have to make your bed. You always say that that's like the most important part. I'm like, that's a waste of time.
I also don't make my bed because it's just gonna get unmade later. Like, that's just literally wasted effort.
Exactly.
Technically not Neovim yet.
It's like putting a bag in the trash can. Why would you do that? just take the actual can and then dump it out. Bags are unimportant, a waste of time, and actually they use plastic, so bad for the earth.
Wait, you have to make your bed. It's therapeutic. I strongly disagree. It's never been therapeutic for me, just frustrating.
True. Why bother getting Why bother getting dressed in the morning? I'm just going to get undressed at night when I take a shower. That's not true. You can take a shower with your clothes on. Be the difference you want to see in the world.
See, I just stay in my pajamas all day, so I follow that, Fire. I do. That's funny.
My first compliment of the day, actually, Jason, is waking up in the morning.
Hey, I feel that.
Getting out of bed, actually.
No wonder we're so weird. Hey, weird isn't a bad thing.
love how I love how you meant to say birthday suits, but it came out birthday sweets. And now I just imagine that anytime someone has a birthday, they get the birthday suite at a hotel.
That would be awesome. I say yes. Birthday sweets for everyone. I'm thinking yes.
You're like, room service. They just kick open the door. Happy birthday to you.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
Delete it, the character, the cursor type, X. I, if you want to do it before the cursor, little a if after the cursor, big I at the beginning of the line, big A at the end of the line.
Yes, exactly.
Why wouldn't they type in big I and little a?
Wait. I don't think they even mentioned
They didn't. You
that's
did.
little I, little a for after the cursor. See?
Right.
Before the cursor. So the cursor is that block.
Right.
I inserts before the block, A inserts after the block.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, yeah, they didn't do little I and little a.
No.
They did a little I and big A. That is kind of weird, honestly.
Yeah.
Someone should make a push to the source code so that they can change the that help file.
Wait, so is this Vim or is this Neovim?
It's Neovim, yeah. Okay. I think that the help files though are exactly the same, unless I'm mistaken. They probably do have some difference to them.
Okay.
Jason, I don't know if it was your choice to approve of my modding.
Escape will put you in no mode. DW2. Hey, that's Arthur.
What is Arthur?
DW.
Oh, yeah, true.
DW2.
Hey, DW. That's like how it begins or something.
How are you? Oh, I made a star.
How dare you? You think you can just go and create stars? You can just create the universe or something?
Wait, DW doesn't delete a word, it deleted a letter.
It should delete a whole word. You may have done DL on accident, which would delete to the left, like delete one to the left.
Oh, this is definitely DW. There's regular D.
Yeah, and then W.
Oh
yeah, it's W. Yeah, there we go. It's deleting. It'll delete until the first letter of the next word, so it deletes the space too. Yeah, see.
Oh. Maybe I was doing it in too quick of succession?
Yeah, maybe. If you notice, if you press D and then don't do anything, in the bottom right, you'll get to see a marker of what you're in. See, yeah. So there are a couple of things that trigger multiple states. The other is numbers. So like if you hit escape to cancel this D command, if you do 5D, then you can do like 5DW and it'll delete a word 5 times.
Like a specific word or words in a sequence?
Words in a sequence, yeah. So if you include a number before a sequence of commands, it'll repeat those commands for as many times as the number you entered.
You know, I think, screw this
What?
lesson, I'm erasing all of it.
There is a command to delete everything, true.
Move it to the beginning of a word that needs to be deleted, and then DDWW. Why D?
I don't know why they're doing that. I think they mean just DW.
Maybe they were trying to do markdown. Or something.
Oh yeah, actually, you're right. That would have been markdown. Yep. It should look like the one where it says type DW.
Oh, I see. Okay. So we want some words
I think
sorry.
there are some words fun. I think the A probably doesn't belong there.
See, I saw the paper. I thought X did the same thing.
X only deletes the character that your cursor is on top of.
Oh, okay.
So it'll only delete a single character. It's okay, Born, we're about to fix it.
Somewheres that don't
Fret mark.
belong.
Paper.
That don't belong paper in the sentence. Wait.
Yeah, that's a. I just feel like this is the kind of thing that if you weren't English speaker, they would get so confused. Actually, shouldn't that be right? I guess we'll just ignore it, but that should be right.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe
Whoa.
the whole thing's messed up. Maybe you should do U to undo the changes that you did.
Maybe I just do.
Like if you hold down U, it'll undo some of the lines that were deleted.
Oh, we got another raid. Absinthe. Thank you for the raid. Welcome.
Thank you.
What were y'all doing in stream today? You know what? I was supposed to be shouting people out. My God. Thank you, Rufio. It's okay. There's a lot to think about. How did we spell Melody's name? Melody.
I'm from California, Peter, but I'm living in Minnesota now. Going back to California soon. Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Not great. Okay.
And then let me see. Wait. Absinthe 762. Okay. There we go. Shout it out. So for those who came in with Absinthe, I'm Rufio. I am part of the 100 Devs stream team. 100 Devs is a free online JavaScript bootcamp. And we are learning Neovim from I'm learning Neovim from nothing, and Brighten here is teaching me, so.
True.
Absinthe, I love your drink.
Neovim stands for? It doesn't stand for anything.
Isn't
the neo part means new though?
Right, and then the old one is a Vim. So neo, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so it's okay. Just keep doing U until about there. There we go. Oh, do Control R now. Control R is redo, and then Control R again. Yeah, Vim is VI improved, true. And then do U to undo one more time. Okay, there we go. Now we're good. Now we can go J. And then we can just skip that part because you already did it, unless you want to do it again. Yeah, they do, Jason. Shouldn't put a question mark after that statement.
What is VI? If
VI is what came before Vim. VI has been around since like 1992 or something.
What does it stand for?
I don't think it stands for anything.
Oh.
But I can check.
Visual Interaction Manager? Is that? Oh no, he's making it up. New ergonomic organic. Nice. Visual interface. Ooh.
Okay, it's derived from the shortest unambiguous abbreviation for the command visual, the X command.
Busted.
Visual, yep. Visual is it's short for visual. Small acronym, I guess.
So what's the M is for what?
Vim is for improved.
Improved. Visual improved.
Yeah, V improved. It's one of those abbreviations where the letter after the I is the one that you use as the M is for the improved. Lowercase I, uppercase M. Improved.
But it could be V. Just like that. Just V.
V, yeah.
V. We are doing Neovim in pure Lua or using vimscript. We're not worrying about customizations yet.
Yeah, we're doing pure Lua.
We're doing...
Are we doing... Yeah, we're doing pure Lua. If we even get to configuration, I think for now, this is a good... I think it's hard enough to learn. Like the movement is actually 90% of Vim, in my opinion. Knowing how to navigate around it, so... Vimscript sucks. I agree with you, Peter.
Do I have to go to the beginning of this?
I think so. They want you to go to after the dot at the end, so you can hit escape to stop that. Yeah. And actually, if you do f dot, it means find dot, and it'll take you to, yep. And then if you go just after it and then do, you can do d $, but actually I usually just use shift D, and shift D will have the same, it'll have the same thing, yeah.
Oh.
And then I think they want the dot at the end of it, so you can do a dot.
Oh, a dot. Whoops.
Neo in Neovim is the guy that saves us all from the Matrix. True.
A dot. Okay. All right.
A.
Rufio, renegade, ultra fabulous, independent organism. Oh my God, you found out. No one was supposed to know my, what's it called? My model name.
Neovim 3. I don't even know if we've made it to version 1 yet, right? Or have we? What's Neovim Nightly? Oh, Neovim 3. Oh, because Matrix 3 was a disappointment. Right, I see. I didn't watch it. Oh, no, I did. I haven't watched 4. Because I heard 4 was a disappointment.
Any commands that change text are made from an operator and a motion. Oh, we can do this. Oops, mistakes are made. Can't I like do something? Can I like click that or whatever?
Yes, with Shift K, I think.
A command that moves the cursor.
Yeah. Oh, and you can use Control O to go back, I think. Actually, no, you should probably just do :Q. Das Maus ist verboten. Nein. It's funny, Dan. It's funny because you made it sound German, but in English letters.
Okay.
So also, if you haven't noticed, an operator is something that you can press without anything happening. An operator only functions if you follow it up with a motion.
Like the D?
Yeah. Like D won't do anything until you add a motion to it.
Oh, it says right here. I was not looking. You know the problem with coding? Your hands are on the keyboard and they get really cold. Gloves.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that that's poor circulation. I noticed that I did get that problem happened a lot less when I started exercising more. But you could just be in Utah, which is a cold state. But
No.
it is hot though, isn't it?
It
shouldn't
is.
be like
It's
that cold.
fucking freezing inside of my house all the time. So.
Okay. That makes sense then. I came from a see, Marvel, I know you say fingerless gloves, but if you look up everywhere, everyone says don't wear gloves if your hands are cold. You need to like get up and do jumping jacks or something. I was like, really? Someone else telling you to exercise to ban them. Dad. That's exactly what I was thinking when I said that. I was like, maybe I shouldn't say that. I wasn't telling her to exercise. I was just saying that that's what people on the internet said.
So Tech2 says, just asking, are you going to skip part of the tutor and further configs? Wait a second, scrolled. Just 2 hours and 24%. No, it's important to learn though and hard.
Yes, configs are important to learn. But I think we have gotten through enough of the tutorial to move on to configs.
Okay.
So we should do that. So from here we can do :Q to get out of this. And we can start configuring. So for the config, since you're on Ubuntu, I think that you can do, if you do ls-a, you'll see all of the files in the folder, including hidden ones. So one of the ones that we're looking for particularly in here is, then why wear gloves, Jason says. Sorry, I keep reading stuff about gloves. I need to read stuff that's on topic. Okay, I'm looking at your folders. I'm trying to figure out which one relates to Neovim.
What about the .nvm?
NVM is actually a tool that you use to configure your node version.
I figured. Sorry.
I think we need a .config folder. So yeah, we do. So you would do make dir, and I think you can do make dir -p. And what -p does is it's a flag that makes sure that if a folder in any chain of folders that you're giving it doesn't exist, it'll create it. So we'll do .config /nvim, and I think that's as far as we go for the initial config. Yep, and then hit enter. And then now we can cd into it. So we can do cd.config /nvim. And then now here we do nvim, and we want to do init.lua. And so the way I have mine set up is a little bit different, but we won't do it the same way that I'm doing it. So one of the first things that I do is that's not wrong. Did we do init.lua?
I did a
we're supposed to do
space.
.lua. Oh, okay, I see.
Should I do this?
Yep, yeah. And then quit again. Yeah, put it together. Sorry about that.
I don't know. Sorry. There we go.
Okay, so you can test a change before doing it. And so to test a change, we can do : and then we say set. So in this case, let's try number for the first one.
Like this?
Yep. And now if we hit enter, it'll run it.
Ooh.
So now you have numbers in there. So if we press I and do like enter, 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 we'll start seeing that there are more numbers in there.
Okay.
Yeah. And so when you're using Nvim with Lua, you have a couple of different, there are just a couple of different things that you can do. So like Lua, it has its own stuff like creating variables, but when it comes to interacting with Vim, you use something that's kind of like an object with different functions inside of it and different properties. So let's delete all of these lines so we can go back up to 1. And if we do, let's hit caps or hit escape. Sorry, I keep doing that because I have mine at caps lock. If we do : help, and we say,
we didn't want me to do that.
Yeah, no worries. Let's do : help, and then we want to do say vim.wo.
Whoa.
Yes. And so here we're looking at getting or setting window scoped local options for the window. So I wonder actually if we even need to do WO for this. I have it set in mind, but okay, we don't need it. So let's do Q out of this and then do help vim.o without the W. Blank config file for nvim is a bit intimidating. Indeed it is.
Like that?
We will get there. Yes, yep, like that. Okay, so this is how to get or set editor options. So let's use J to scroll down and see if there's any extra stuff in here. So they give us some examples. I think they're using Go, so we wouldn't use Go. I don't know if these are going to be super intuitive or helpful for us. Yeah, we can just get out of this. Okay, so if we do vim.o right here, if we insert or hit escape to get out of visual mode, and if we do vim.o, then we can do .number, which is like, remember we did set number?
Yeah.
And we can do space equals space true. And that's equivalent to doing set number in terms of configuring things. And so like if we hit escape now and then we save it, next time we open Vim, we'll have our lines. So if you do set number, it'll only last as long as we're in here. Once we open up a new Vim session, it would have cleared. But because we did this, it's going to stay.
Okay.
So we can hit escape and then I want to think of a way to test it. So comments in Lua are 2 dashes. So if we go to the beginning of this line, so you can go H and then insert and do 2 dashes with a space. Or just that, yeah. And then get out of insert mode and save it.
How do I save it?
Shift ZZ.
Shift ZZ.
And then if we go up and enter to get into it again.
So how come I can't do up and enter here?
Because you're in the terminal and the terminal doesn't use Vim keybinds.
Oh.
Which is why like on my Linux setup, I use Alt. So Alt K is up and down, is up. So I have Alt HJKL so that I can mimic Vim keybinds since I like them.
Okay.
And so notice we don't have any line numbers, right?
Right.
So now if we do 3x to delete the comment, and then Shift ZZ, and then open it again, we'll notice that the line numbers come back. Just like that. Yep. And so that's the basic of like how you set stuff. There's another one that I like called color column. So if you do Shift A to start at the end and then enter so we can make a new line, then we can do vim.o.color column all put together. And then set that equal to a string. And you'll make it a string with just quotes. And inside of that, we will put 80. Just because 80 is a good default. And so we don't see anything happening yet. So what we can do is we can get out of insert mode, Shift Z to save, and then open it up again.
Wait, why is 80 a good number?
80 is a good number because 80 is a common maximum in terms of how far out anything should go in terms of like your line height. Actually, I don't think we see it now, but that's because we're too zoomed in. So if you use Control and scroll out, you should see a line break show up. Were you using Control and scrolling out?
Yes.
I wonder why it's not there. Oh, there it is. See, it's in red.
Okay.
So that is just supposed to give you a hard break. That's like your lines shouldn't get any longer than that is what it's indicating. And it's not something that was there before. So but you can zoom back in.
The color column is the red thing?
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
And 80 is saying it should be that far.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So I did that with Control Plus. And Control
minus. Okay. Yeah. So, and then I think everyone can see it on stream at that size if you can see it fine.
Okay.
So the other thing that we should do actually is start playing with color schemes, so that you can like, change your colors around. So if you do colon, then you can do colo, C-O-L-O, and space. And then if you do tab, you can kind of toggle through them. And then here you use your arrow keys instead of JK.
Wait a second. How do I open that again?
Tab.
Tab.
And then arrow keys like down and up.
Keep clicking up and it keeps doing that. Are you sure?
Probably because you can't go up anymore. You can go down though.
But
like
this is down.
I'm wondering why that's. Are you are using your arrow keys, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Wait, I just tried it too. Sorry, it's tab. Sorry, it's tab. If you hit tab, then it'll cycle through them. Yeah, my bad.
Which one is the most colorful?
In my opinion, I think that it's a tie between Elflord and Zelmer.
Okay.
Yeah, Elflord is pretty colorful.
Elflord. Colo?
Yeah, Colo.
And then what do I do again?
Then you do tab. And if you want to go to Zelmer, you can do Shift Tab. Will take you to in the other direction as well.
Well, those are very different.
Yeah. They're pretty much opposite ends of the spectrum. I guess when I think of colorful, I think of things that look really high contrast. And I'm trying to think of how to do it in Lua, because when I do it in Lua, I actually convert it to vimscript, which is the one that I was bashing earlier.
Where's your consistency?
I know. I just don't have any.
So this is what my VS Code looks like. Wait, you can't see anything, so that's cool. You see how colorful it is? Is there anything like that?
Yes. Yeah, is that material or
this
wait,
is Monokai.
Monokai, sorry, Monokai. Yep, that's it. yeah, you can get a plugin. Plugins are a whole nother world though, which I don't know how much time we have today. I don't know how long you're planning on going. So.
Again with the searing pain. Desert's alright. I probably shouldn't keep doing this, but
no, go for it.
Desert? Oh no. Shift?
You can do Shift Tab, yeah.
That do be desert.
Yeah.
Should run true. Dracula on everything. Dracula's purple. You know?
24-hour Vim stream. This is so what the chat said.
Peter posted a Monokai something. .nvim.
Monokai.nvim. Yeah, that is something that we could do, but we need a package manager first.
Okay, well, we could leave it on this. Well, this one's kind of light. Everything hurts when you have your whole. I wish when you like did this, it would like show you as you did it.
Yeah, I have one where I can do like F8 and it'll switch it like one by one. There are so many you wouldn't believe. Like I think I have like a 200 installed, and I just went through every single one of them to try and figure out which one was most beautiful. I am a sucker for making it look nice. Actually, I had a VSCode extension that would make GIFs explode onto my screen anytime I typed anything. And they would all be like really cute GIFs, like Pokemon and pink hearts exploding and glitter and stuff. It's so great.
That's lovely. Why is the edge maroon?
The edge is maroon because of the zooming in and out. I think that Vim gets confused about the bounds when it's zoomed in and out. I don't think that would help. I think that you have to like do Shift ZZ and then get back into it. And your color theme is going to be gone when you get back into it because we didn't save it to the config.
Damn it.
Yeah. So to save it to the config though, you will. I'll let you pick it first, I guess.
Which is the darkish one we had? This Luna thing, I think. Okay.
Yep, that was a Luna perch. So do you want to add that one?
I mean, I guess. If we can have Monokai for now.
Noted. Okay, so let's go down and then Shift A so that we can start making a new line.
Shift A.
Yep, and then enter and vim.cmd. And then this is a function, so we will open it with a parenthesis.
This is
And then
Lua
for these,
language?
yes, it is. Yes.
Okay.
But what we're doing right now is we're opening, when we do vim.command, we're injecting a vimscript line into it. And that's because I don't know, and also I don't think anyone knows, because I don't know if they have this function yet, but to set a color scheme, you have to use vimscript. So for here, we need to do 2 square brackets, and then hit enter. And then now we do colo, and then we set it to the one that we wanted. So that would be Luna, and then PERCHE, Perche. Yep. And then enter, and then close it out with 2. Yep, and then another. Yep. Awesome.
That's
and
it?
So, yeah, I think so. So now if we save it and then open it again.
I thought this, okay. Shift CC.
Yep.
Okay.
And then when we open it, it should be good.
We're opening it again?
Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Sweet.
Okay.
On my back. What's that?
No worries. Did we want to do more, or are you thinking that we should end it, or?
Does this seem like a good ending point?
I think so. I think you went through a lot. I think the only thing is that, like, we could open up. Maybe we should actually open up one of your code files and move around in it.
But none of them are in the Linux.
That's fine. We can open it. We can open folders outside of Linux.
Okay.
So what you can do is you can do cd /mount mnt. Just mnt.
mnt.
And then / c for your C drive / and then enter. And then if you do ls here, you'll see everything on your C drive at the root. So now I think we can do cd users tab.
Oh, tab?
Yeah. I think we're in the wrong place now.
Tab.
What happens if we do ls? Oh, no, we're fine. Okay, so now you do cd root j. And then ls. And I think we want to go into, like, I don't know, where do you put your code files?
Say ls coding?
No, you just do cd coding. And then tab. Tab will show you examples. Or it'll show you if there's anything in the folder similar.
Tab.
Are we getting anything when we hit tab?
Tab went doodaloo.
Oh, then there's nothing. Oh, wait, go backspace until it's just like COD, and then hit tab.
Doodaloo.
Are you sure it's in your root?
It's in my desktop, actually.
Oh, okay. So then CD into it, and then do tab. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Sorry.
And then ls.
Why ls now?
Oh, no, we don't need to. Sorry, you just do CD coding. My bad.
Well, that was a tab thing.
We can go backspace until it's just coding. Yeah, there we go. And then ls, so we can see what folders are in here.
Mistakes were made. So much wow. We could open and how do I scroll up? Just do that, I guess. But I'm not supposed to do that.
True, but it's okay. You can. Because, like, what you can do is you can do ls and then you can pipe it into less. So you do ls space, and then you can do the key. If you hold down shift and press the key above enter, the / key, it has a pipe symbol, which is like the vertical bar. Yeah, and then another space, and then less, less. And less is a pager. So if we hit enter now, we will page through all of them. And now you can use J and K to move up and down in here.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't go up any more than that though.
Yeah, because that's the alphabetically pound 100 devs is the top one.
Well, you
Should have
know,
said pound sign or something else. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
you know, this is telling me that I really need to clean up my computer. I don't know most of these files right now.
Yeah. Also, I guess it's not alphabetical. I wonder what the order is.
How about that one? How do I say that one?
Which one? Southern Paiute?
Yeah.
Okay, so now that you've found it, you can press Q to get out of this. And then you can do CD space, and then if you just type south and hit tab, it should autocomplete the rest of it.
Ooh.
And then enter. And then LS. Okay, now we're here. So which file are we interested in looking at?
Maybe one of the controllers?
Okay, so let's CD into the controller folder. And then LS again. And then once you've chosen one, we can do VI space and then use tab to go through. Oh yeah, we don't have. So you have to type a bit of it before you can get it. So VI and then I said VI, but I think we need to do NVim because this is the original Vim, not Neovim.
So I gotta get out.
Yeah.
Wow, you see me get out by myself.
Awesome. So, pretty badass.
Like this?
Yeah, like that. Okay, awesome. So now we're in. And now you can move around it just like you learned with W to go through Word. Like I think W and B are what I use to move around the most whenever I'm trying to get around fast. Just because it's a bit faster than using L and H. B is the same as W but back.
Oh. So this just goes word by word and this goes word by word backwards.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
So you do that?
Sometimes. I use Control U and Control D. So Control U goes up, Control D goes down. And it does it by a lot more. Like I think it's doing like it goes by like a whole page.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you just do like that? Why not?
Just because I don't know, to me it's jarring to see that much, to see the lines go by like line by line.
So you're like
it's just a preference thing, I guess.
Like this.
I don't like the way it makes my head feel. Yeah, I do like that.
Okay. And then why W and because that's a similar thing, right? Or is that?
Yeah, true. It's just faster, I guess, than doing L. Because if I hold down L, it's like gonna take forever.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. So this is like maybe you're doing the D. No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Make it stop.
Okay, wait. Do you up and then hit enter?
Oh
I think
my gosh.
that yeah, and then oh wait, how did you get out of it?
I did Control Z, which was.
Oh, you're supposed to do Shift Z.
I know.
Okay. This is one of the most annoying things about Vim that you run into sometimes. I have it disabled, but what happened now is we have a swap file. So this is what happens when a file was exited without it being force quit and without it being saved. So what we need to do is we want to we don't want to recover it. We want to delete the swap file because it was a mistake, the last thing that you did. So in order to do that, we can copy everything between, not between, but I mean just copy the whole thing, that whole in quotation marks and all at the very bottom, where it says, if you already did this, delete the swap file.
Oh. Wait, how do I go up to it?
You can use your mouse. You just use your mouse to grab it. It's because this isn't Nvim. This is some kind of like less. But grab just the quotation marks. Yeah.
Control.
And then, okay, you copied it, and then now do Q to get out of it. Q again. And now you can do RM space and then Control-Shift-V. And that'll remove the swap file. And then, yeah, you can paste
Like that?
Yep. And then enter, and it'll delete it. Okay, no such directory. Okay, so let's go up again. And then let's go use your arrow keys, like go to the left all the way to the ERs. And then do, once we get to go to the E, and then do backspace once, and then once more. Okay, wait, we went too far. So press L to add that L in the controllers, and then enter. No such file. Someone said it's in the same folder. Is it? I don't think it is. No, it's not. It's because of that part right there. Okay, press the up arrow, and then go to the left until you get to the E on state. So it's all the way left until you get to the end of that first line. And then now if you press the delete key, it should delete forward. And okay, that should be good. Now if we hit enter, we should be good. Okay, now if you press up a couple of times to get back to that Nvim, and then hit enter, we should be good. No more error. Okay, yeah, there we go.
Mistakes were made.
It's so hard to deal with that, right? That's why I disable swap file as one of the things that I have in my config. But I think if we are good, one of the things that we can do is I can show off my config so that people can see what you can turn it into once you like get it all configured and stuff.
You're looking at Brighton's Nvim Neovim configuration. Is that?
Yes.
Wow.
Like it's my other camera.
This looks like a like throwback to like early Windows.
Yeah, true.
It looks like the 90s. Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
I actually used to have a Windows 95 theme on this. There we go. Okay, awesome. Look at that. Screen sharing myself on. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Screen
okay.
reception.
So here is what I'm going to do now. And then I'm going to, like this, going to pop the directory. Am I? Actually, I want to go into Treezo. This is an app that I'm working on. Yeah, sorry, what?
Can you? Oh yeah, it's a little bigger now. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a project that I was working on. It's in React Native. So here is what my Neovim looks like. At the bottom, I have stuff to help me work with people from different time zones. So I have Pacific, Mountain, Central, and Eastern here, all at the bottom for me. Because I work with a lot of people from every time zone, and it helps to know what time they are in.
I need that in my life.
Someone's saying base time zone program more all
True though.
I'm not using my mouse actually. I'm using i3. I haven't even touched my mouse. Don't laugh.
Yeah, jeez. Offensive.
Okay, so I also have a file viewer here. So this allows me to see all of my folders and stuff. But actually, what I use instead of this predominantly when it comes to looking around at my files in here is I use something called Telescope. So if I go space FF, I open up a fuzzy finder, and this looks through every single file in every single folder. And so, sorry. I was like, Mr. Big Store caught me off guard with I don't know what he's saying in chat. It seems crazy. Okay, app.tsx. So here I've just opened up a file, and actually what's going on right here is I forgot to run like npm install, so I don't have that's why it's saying it can't load this config file. So I still have to run that. Is that a fuzzy finder flex? Absolutely, Dan. Absolutely it is. I'm realizing that this version of Triizo doesn't have the main stuff that I was working on. So I have to git clone another version of it.
Much fast typing. Wow.
Yeah. I do be typing fast. Okay, so I'm gonna look here on my server, look at my index.js here. Actually, this is not my index.js. I don't know where my stuff is. This is like, all of this is boilerplate. I promise I didn't write this by hand.
You don't have to be humble, you know that, right?
I'm not being humble. This is all boilerplate, genuinely. It was generated from a template. I'm trying to see. I feel like I'm pulling up bad examples here. Boilerplate chat programmer. Okay, I need to find something that is actually going to be usable here. Here we go. I'll pull up something that I wrote for my dad. That'll be good.
You're getting a lot of hate on your font.
I'm sorry, it's beautiful. It looks old. It looks so old, which is great. Super old-fashioned. Okay, here we go. Check it out. Actually, I need to use npm I here. That way I can install the defaults.
I know exactly the sorts of things you're doing.
I bank with Chase.
I like how
He wants to know.
How Teg says, "Who do you bank with?" and Peter says, "No, no."
I don't even know why I said who I bank with. It's like, you don't need to know my bank for any reason.
Well, they were
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. No, go ahead.
They were referencing a comment they made above. They said, "Do you use that password for everything? Who do you bank with?" So.
Oh, okay, that's funny. Okay, so this here is React, and I'm actually using React in for a Greasemonkey script, which I'm so excited about. I was so excited about doing because this is really a unique type of configuration. I haven't seen anyone do anything exactly like how I've done it, because usually when we make Greasemonkey scripts, it's pure JavaScript. And so, like, if you look at my package.json, I've got I'm using rollup and TypeScript to convert all of my TypeScript to JavaScript and then roll it up into one single file. That way it can turn it into a Greasemonkey script, but that's not the point. I'm supposed to be showing off Neovim.
What is a Greasemonkey script?
A Greasemonkey script is a way of modifying web pages. So you can modify different web pages so that you can like add extra stuff to them, but only on your side. Like other people wouldn't see it. Like I've for a long time had the idea of making it so that when I log in on my bank, that it adds an extra row to tell me what my finances are, and then reduces my balance based on the amount of money that I need to spend on bills. That way I don't overuse what I actually have available. Because you have money in your bank account, but then there's also bills to pay. And sometimes I forget that I have bills to pay and I'll spend too much money, and then I have to deal with overdraft fees and all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, is this different from a browser extension? It's kind of like a browser extension, but then it's just one extension, and you have a series of scripts that you use for different websites. Like there's a common one is YouTube, so there are some Greasemonkey scripts that add a download button for you, so that you can download the YouTube video straight on YouTube. Like it makes it look like they made it. It makes it look like YouTube made a download button for you, but it's actually just a script that someone made to mod it.
Seems like when you know how to code, you can do so many cool things.
True. It's all just what you are focused on at the time. I think, like, I noticed that a lot of Twitch streamers end up doing stuff with like the Twitch API and stuff to have their chat interact with them, like little games chat can play. But yeah, it's entirely based on your interests. I think I only got into this because my dad was like, "Hey, I need a website modified," and like he had been talking with the developer, and the developer was making changes for him, but then the developer just stopped talking to him. So I was like, "Okay, well, you should just make the changes yourself." He was like, "Well, I don't know how to do that." And I was like, "Okay, I can do it if you give me money."
And did he?
Yeah, he did.
Good. Okay, continue showing your thing.
Yeah, there's not too much else to show. I've got a couple of quality of life things, like, oh, here's one. I have a plugin that allows me to move across CamelCase and SnakeCase. So usually if you do W and B, you go forward and back the entire word, and it considers that whole block of letters a word. But if I do space W, it allows me to move across. Oopsie. It allows me to move across every word inside of a CamelCase word, which is nice. Because I can also like do D space W, and it deletes part of the word. Instead of deleting all the way to the end of HTML, I can delete in between it. Can you show some of your config files, maybe for color theme font, which plugins you have? Absolutely, absolutely. So in my Neovim config, so I went to I3, I use this. So these are all of my plugins. Every use line is a plugin. And I do have comments to say what type of plugin they are. So I have completion plugins, fuzzy search plugins, LSP plugins, rising, that's for looks. So these are basically all color schemes because I love my color schemes. I have some web dev plugins, some navigation-based plugins. What happens with LSP? I have a lot of LSP configs as well.
What is LSP?
What I do is LSP is the language server provider. So it's what gives you the ability to track errors in your code and also like do formatting changes, so fix formatting issues. It's the reason why it's saying undefined global use right here. I actually don't know how to correct that, and it doesn't really matter because it doesn't affect my code. So it's kind of just one of those errors that I let live and be. Show off the Monokai theme? Sure. I think I have it actually. Yeah, there you go.
Look, Monokai.
Monokai Pro. I think I have Monokai. I think I have just basic Monokai. I have a couple of different Monokai ones. I have Monokai Ristretto, Monokai Soda.
Everything is yellow. Aww.
Yeah, my LSP configs, for my LSP I use null ls. Does Copilot work nicely too? Absolutely. Copilot works really beautifully in this. I would recommend Copilot to anyone who is, especially if you're like working in a job. Copilot it's worth $100 a year if you are working at a company. It'll just save you so much time. So this is what my LSP config looks like. I'm using null ls for my TypeScript. Yeah. Peter, I don't think it was ever going to be free. It uses machine learning, and that uses a lot of energy and resources. So, like you would, and also they spent $1 million for R&R, or R&D. I mean, so that's like a lot of money to pay and make it completely free. Like every capitalist says, we're not a charity.
We got some Copilot hate in chat. Dan and Ray don't like Copilot.
I really did not like GitHub Copilot. I felt more time correcting in its suggestions. I heard Copilot is why all our utilities have gone up. I like it, actually. You know, I absolutely love it. There is so many things that you have to repeat in code so often that yeah, it's just nicer to use Copilot. Yeah, like I can give a great example just right here for Copilot use. We'll do test.js, and then I don't need to do test.js. And if we did something like, I know we're getting off the topic of Neovim. If I did something like const array equals, and then I make an array of some numbers, and then I want to sum each of them up. I want to do like const array 2, and then I'm trying to do like 23 plus 2, and then I want to do 24 plus 2. Look at that. Look at that. GitHub Copilot just did that for me automatically. Bam. Like, you cannot tell me that is time saving. It just is. If I wanted to do it with array 3 and I did, oh, let's go. It's going to be 23 plus 3. And then bam, automatically did it for me. Like, come on, you can't get better than that. And it does it with even more complex stuff. So, yeah. To all you Copilot haters. Anyway, yeah. That is all on my end.
If it is, but 8 out of 10 times it suggests something, it's wrong, it bugs Dan.
8 out of 10. Yeah, I for me it hasn't been 8 out of 10, but also I give comments sometimes. So like if I want GitHub to find the most efficient way, I can make a comment and say add 2 to each element of R and put it in a new array. And then there, bam, that's the most efficient way to do it.
Wow.
I use a map.
Wow.
I was like, that like so far it has been right 1 of every time. So it has 100% success rate. I'm not saying it doesn't ever fail, but when it does, it's incredibly obvious, especially if you have some sense of or grasp of coding. Like someone who has no coding skill, I don't think Copilot would help them at all. But if you already kind of have an idea, know your way around, then yeah.
Look at the line length of 1 versus 2.
What line? Are you saying this first line and this line?
I think so. Or like the comment, maybe? I don't know.
So the line length is different because we're modifying this array in the second one. There's no way to reduce the line length. Also, you're saying the line length is bigger, but if this were a real thing, that array would have so much more data in it. And like if it had all of this data, you can't tell me that this is a better way to write it than like writing it like this. Doing this instead, it would be absolutely ridiculous. Like that is way longer.
Is this a Zoom meeting in a video player?
No, it is actually OBS in a video player. It's OBS virtual camera in VLC. Because I'm kind of crazy like that.
We've had some interesting times trying to share screens and whatnot today on the stream, so.
I've used i3, went back to DWM, then awesome WM. I use i3.
Are these just special like configurations or something?
i3 is how I maneuver my windows. So like all of my windows, you'll notice that they aren't floating. Like on Windows 11, you have like a top. Like I don't have any top bar, right?
Okay.
There's nothing, I can't drag or move anything around.
Oh.
If I make a new window, it automatically tiles it. And so I can tile horizontally, a bunch of horizontal ones, tile vertically. I can move them around. I can adjust the size of them. Let's see.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's all like, I'll give you guys a glimpse of what it looks like when I'm coding. Here we go. So this is what it looks like when I'm doing work.
That's literally when you look at your at your monitor, that's what you see, like exactly.
Yeah, you're seeing exactly what I see. Yeah.
Interesting.
So this is the app. My company's app, and then this is my company's API. So I have front end, and then I modify the code, and then the bottom one here is for using yarn start. And then here I have the back end, and then the bottom one's for running yarn start on, or npm start, like on the back end. So because usually when I'm working, I'm doing full stack, so I have to have both of them.
Absent sent a picture in, ooh, very big.
Oh,
Saying.
sorry. I was like, wait a minute, that's like gonna completely overwhelm you.
I can change it back. But Absent posted a link and then said if you open it, it shows like another i3, but then on the right side it says DW and it's the one that only from like a donkey. It's fantastic.
Dang. Are you using DWM? Yeah, I guess you are. Nice. I like tiling window managers in general, just like when it's not floating. Also because I use Vim keybinds to move around. So like I'm using Windows key J, HL to hop around to different windows. So I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a little green outline around my windows when I move around them.
I see it. Justice says, do you use which key plugin? Might be useful for beginners because at least they have configured stuff and have forgotten how to use it.
Which key plugin? Which key? I don't know what which key is. Is that something where it like shows what key I'm using on my monitor?
Ooh.
Oh, I think which key is like, it's like GitHub Copilot, but for suggestions. So it suggests different things that you can combine your keys with. I guess so. Like if I did D, then it would be like, you can use DW, you can use DE. I think.
So it seems like Neovim is very fancy and very customizable.
Yes.
But start.
Not for everyone. But oh, and then you know what? The one thing that we almost forgot to talk about, I think, is I actually have to install VS Code because I don't have it. So that'll be fun. Oh wait, actually I don't.
Why you
know
say
what? Because
yay?
me say yay? No, I would never say yay to installing VS Code.
No, it's you typed in yay. I'm not going crazy, am I?
I typed in yay?
Yeah.
Oh, because yay is a package manager. So I
Oh.
use it's either Pacman or yay.
See, I just thought you were excited, but
That would be funny. Now I wish it was because I was excited. Okay, so in your extensions list, actually, I have not signed into sync settings. So let me do that here. And hopefully now I'm synced up. Okay, so in your extensions list, wherever it is on mine, here we go. There's something, the best one, there are two different ones, but the best one, in my opinion, is this Neovim one. So it's called VSCode Neovim. And I guess it's not available on this, it's not available on the web version of VS Code. But it gives you Vim keybinds in VS Code. So you can use K, you can use J, you use HL, you use W and B. So you get absolutely everything that you would in Vim, but now you get to use Neovim. So you get to have all of your plugins, you get to have a familiar environment. It's just that the keys in your typing is the same.
Interesting.
It's not perfect, actually. It had so many issues that I ended up switching, but I don't think it's stuff that you'll necessarily run into on a normal basis. Mine was like, I was opening a file that had lines that went as long as like 1,000 characters, and the Neovim integration extension tends to break when you have lines that go really, really far. But it's like you usually don't interact with files like that, so.
Maybe it's the best way
I'm
to.
trying to say I broke it, but yeah, it's a good way to learn it. It's a good way to learn it.
Tech says that it's the best way to learn it without a deep dive. Maybe.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good way to start. It's a good way to transition, or just a place to stop. You don't have to go further than getting this extension.
Hmm.
I think it works good enough if you just are interested in using those key characters. My linter allows it? No. Well, I mean, it did because it had to, because it was a markdown file. So in markdown you would wrap, you don't hard break lines.
Those are fancy words. Someday I'll understand the things y'all are talking about.
Well, word wrap is like when your text editor automatically makes the words go to the next line.
Oh.
Hard break is where you hit enter on it to make sure that it follows a certain line length. And it's like I would never hard break in a markdown file. Like in markdown, if it's a line, and if you're having a whole paragraph of text, you just let it go and then you let your text editor wrap the words.
Doesn't a single line break get ignored and double line breaks count as actual new paragraphs? Dan said.
Yes, you are right, Dan. You are right. But in general, I like to do it as a. Actually, I don't know. I don't remember what I do, if I'm being honest now. I am a bit confused about what I do. We can see what I do. I'm gonna see. I have a repository on my work repo where I was using a bunch of Markdown because I'm trying to transition them from using just raw.js to using R Markdown, because R is an excellent programming language. And no one can tell me otherwise. Nope, I did it as just one line.
Hard rep is the devil, according to Marble.
Hard rep is the devil. I never use it except on commitments. I'm trying to find an example of me using it. Not using hard wrap, but I'm just looking on my repo here.
Do you have one of the fancy?
I just do really long. It's just one line and it goes really, really long.
Do you have the fancy keyboard too, where it's like split in half? You do?
Oh no, I don't have that. No. That would be too much. I just have it's an ergonomic one, but it's a mechanical keyboard, so. We got a Gatoron blue switches.
I think it's so funny how nerdy people get about keyboards.
Yeah. I used to own a lot of them. Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out, Dan.
Yeah, thanks.
We will have to have you back on, Brighton, because I think there's a lot more to keep doing and learning.
True.
Like a lot.
I'm glad that you are. I'm glad that you're interested in learning more about Neovim.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the benefits probably. I just don't quite understand how to use it, or like the fancy word things y'all were saying. So.
Yeah, I would hope that. I usually hope that when people see me use it, they go, okay, I think that they're moving faster than I am in VS Code. So
yes,
maybe if I used it, I could be faster too.
You certainly are moving faster than I do. Well, has benefits but not needed. Bull says at the same time they're simpleton. They like everything to be bare bones.
I think DN Bull's talking about not having plugins. I know some people swear by not using plugins in Neovim, but that would be very difficult for me. Without plugins, you couldn't use ESLint or Prettier. It's like, how am I supposed to know if there's an error? It's like, don't you already know what's allowed and not allowed in the programming language you're using? Like, no, we don't. Why would you assume that?
Because clearly you need to know everything.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. Well,
No. I had a Google interview, and I made it past the first step, and they told me coming into the second interview I need to be better at data structures and algorithms. They said that's where I'm weak. No.
what do you
Oh, it
think
was
about
pretty bad.
that?
I mean, uh, I think it's good to learn at some point, but I don't need it right now. I don't use it ever. But I mean, I don't know. It's like data structures and algorithms are good. Why? Not because you ever use them, but because they help strengthen your problem solving skills. Problem solving
Mm,
skills are incredibly important because it's like the tell between whether an employee at a company or something, like if I was hiring someone, I would want them to be able to work on a problem, kind of struggle in it, stew in their own uh just stew in their own anguish and be like, oh no, I don't know if I can get it, because if you struggle on a problem, the chances that
Very
you will end up
professional.
moving through it on your own are higher than people who, for example, haven't stewed on a single problem, have always gone to help immediately at the first sign of hitting a block. And I think that a good way to learn and to become a better programmer is to just allow yourself a bit of struggle time before you ask for help. And data structures and algorithms is exactly that. However long you can hold yourself off from learning the solution, the better you're doing on getting, you're just getting better at problem solving. And that's exactly what is valuable in a programmer.
interesting.
Gotta stew in your juices.
You gotta suffer. With
Yeah.
suffering comes learning.
Yeah, true. Have I tried Alta Vista to help with coding issues? What is that? Is that a pharmaceutical drug?
Sounds like it.
Alta Vista is a search engine. What? Is this a joke? I think it's a joke. I would never work for Google because they would make me move remote. Like my company was talking about getting offices for us. My CEO was talking to me about getting offices for us, and I said, haha, well, you'll have to drag me kicking and screaming before I set foot in an office. Because I will never not be blunt about that. I would absolutely hate to work in an office. Just sounds like my worst nightmare. Oh, hey, Ganjadev, NVChad. Great example of a pre-configured Neovim setup. So there are
NVChad.
tons of ones. There's AstroVim, there's NeoClide, and there's NVChad. NVChad is my favorite out of all of them, but those are great examples of Neovim. You just follow the instructions on their GitHub repo, and it'll set you up with a pre-configured Neovim with IDE capability and everything. So if you wanted to get started, oh yeah, LunarVim too. If you wanted to get started using TypeScript and everything, in or JavaScript or React, you could just download NVChad and start using it
The
immediately without having to
NVChad,
write.
it looks like a VS Code, sort of.
Yeah, it is. They want it to look as similar as possible so that you feel comfortable.
Huh. Interesting. I like the colors. Very colorful.
Yeah. They also have a really nice color scheme switcher.
Huh.
So that you can try out different color schemes.
But you don't use this NVChad.
No, because I think that eventually, like, the pipeline is that you start with the Neovim bare bones, then you maybe download NVChad, then after using NVChad for some time, you make your own config from the ground up or something. But no one ever has to reach that last stage of making your own. I think some people are completely comfortable with just using NVChad. For me, I just like my config, and I'm sentimental about it. It feels like a hobby project. Like you just finished gluing together. You just finished hammering the nails into the doghouse, and you're admiring your paint job, and you're like, I built that doghouse all on my own, didn't I? Like the happy dad in some old like cartoon from the early 2000s.
But they still hate the font, so.
Except the font. Are you saying my font or are you saying Lunarvim font? She definitely saw the right side of your keyboard get electrocuted every time your hand moves to the right, and use Neovim from this day on.
Brilliant. Yes.
Actually, you should really get a 40% keyboard. My font. Gosh, Peter, what is wrong with my font? My font is beautiful.
Times New Roman. Do it. Times New Roman.
Coding in Times New Roman.
That's
a non-monospaced coding language, and I've seen non-monospaced font. That'd be horrible. It's weird, Peter. It looks like I'm on a Commodore 64 or something, and that gives me like a nice hit of nostalgia for an era I did not live through. But I used to play a lot of. I had a console emulator, an arcade emulator, and so I used to play a lot of like really old games from like the 80s, and you know, I don't know, I do get nostalgic when I see stuff that looks like that. It's a variation of Big Blue Terminal, Peter, but it's modded. It's a Nerdfont mod. That way I can get extra characters. Nerdfont is it's a patch. So you have normal fonts that only have like all of the letters of the alphabet and then some characters like the $ and the @ symbol. But then if you have a nerd font, that adds extra stuff to it. Like if you saw in my Neovim, I had actually I should just go back to it so you can see. In here, see how it says JS and that has like keys on it. Basically it puts a bunch of like icons and emojis and stuff in your font, because you can overload a font with a ton of different characters. So a nerd font just patches it by adding a bunch of extra stuff to it.
Nerd font. Fancy.
Yes. Quite nerdy.
Okay. Well, any other questions for Brighton?
How about nano to code? Huh? 20 sessions. Yes, I have a question. What's with that font? Oh my gosh. What's with your attitude?
You have to change it right now, clearly.
I love my font. I will not change it ever. It's beautiful. It looks amazing.
Fight
It's
them.
old-fashioned.
Fight.
Yeah,
Fight.
well. What font do you know of that looks pixelated when you zoom in on it? None.
But why do you want that?
Because pixelated stuff looks old.
Oh my god. You know, to each their own. To each their own.
Yeah, exactly. My aesthetics are different than your aesthetics. Should have seen VSCode. I was talking to Rufio about my VSCode color scheme once. It was so gross. Like I just made the colors just the ugliest colors that you could possibly think of. I think when you went to like on the top buttons, like I guess you can see them here on VLC. I would do this. It wouldn't be white. It would be like a really dark gray, but the text would still be black. So you had to squint to see to make out what color it was. Oh no, it wasn't even dark gray and black. It was like dark red and then full red for the text. It's just awful. It was awful. Yeah. I'm proud of how bad it was.
But why? Why? Why?
Because I don't know, something about it.
I'm a simple person. I just really like colors. So many colors, all of the colors. Okay. Let's do a raid. But thank you so much again, Brighton. Like there's a lot. There's a lot. And I'm gonna have to like think over it and probably practice it. But if you wanna come back.
Yeah, no, I'd love to. I'd love to. You can always use Nvim and then Tutor with a big T if you want to go over the tutorial again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Backflip said, really enjoyed the time they spent around here. Looking forward to the next tutorial, but please, next time, try to use another font so we can see things properly.
I promise next time I will use Wingdings just for you.
Yes, that would be. I would pay to see a code like a coding stream in Wingdings.
I'd have to remember what every line of code meant. You'd have to commit every line of code to memory because there's no way you could. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Why would you even suggest that? It's like coding with your eyes closed. Comic
Comics.
Sans.
Yeah.
That is possible, actually.
No. No. Don't do it. That was a joke. That was a joke, Brighton.
It's real in my head. It's a vision. Oh, I
Leave
have
it
this feather
there
sticking up.
in your head. We will be back on Monday. I don't think we'll be doing Vim. I don't know what we'll be doing, but we will do another Vim stream soon. Neovim. I guess I should be specific. Thank you for being here. Thank you for teaching and showing your code, Brighton. And
For sure.
good night, day, and middle of the day to everyone. Afternoon, that's what that's called. All right.
Yes. Take care, everyone. Bye. Farewell.